All right, now everything we say can be held against us. Here we go. Hey, folks, I want to welcome you guys to the Tuesday Night Hope Call. We have recently made a little bit of a change to this. Originally, the Vi Pound Club, everybody that has lost 100 pounds or more, started off doing this call twice a week. We're really trying to encourage and inspire everybody that's got big goals. And so we started off doing these calls twice a week, but we realized that we really have got so much going on with everybody's challenge parties and challenge groups and helping everybody get healthy that we need to kind of make this focus down to one night a week. So we've changed it up a little bit. We're doing Tuesday nights only, but we sincerely welcome everybody to this call. We have no doubt that you're going to hear some amazing, inspiring stories tonight, and we hope that you walk away from this ready to get your challenge on, or if you're already on it, ready to keep on rolling with us. So I'll turn the call over to my co-host, Mr. Tom. Brother man, are you out there?
I sure am. How are you?
Phenomenal. Thank you, brother. Take it away if you don't mind.
Awesome. Well, good evening, everybody. Once again, my name is Tom Jones. I live here in New Jersey, and I have been a part of ViSalus, the Amazing Body by Vi Challenge, for nearly 5 years now. My weight loss journey goes back, however, to about the age of 5. I'm 34 years old now, and I can distinctly recall sitting in my pediatrician's office when he advised my parents to sign me up for soccer in the hopes that I would gain a little bit of weight. And for the next couple of decades after that, I had a mix of weight gain and weight loss with some successes and some setbacks and a whole lot of frustration along the way. So for anyone and everyone on this line who is in the process of losing weight and or aspires to lose a lot of weight, I can understand where you're coming from. I got to a point prior to ViSalus where I was a little bit over 300 pounds, and actually shortly prior to that, I had met with a trainer who recommended that I lose about 100 pounds and told me that it would take about a year to do so. And a year was a little too long for me to wrap my head around. I was determined to do it in 6 months, and I promptly went and gained another 15 or 20 pounds. And so I am intimately familiar with the psychological, the emotional, the logistical, and the physical challenges that go along with the process of getting into good shape. And I can say that after a mix of, again, advances and setbacks, losing 60 pounds, regaining 30, losing 20, gaining 40, off and on, that I'm now in the best shape of my life, and it is in large part thanks to ViSalus, the Body by Vi Challenge, the simple goals associated with the Project 10 Challenge, and really the phenomenal culture we have here in this company, and just the tremendous support of people here on the line, as well as many others who are part of our community but have not dialed in here this evening. And so I say that hopefully to encourage those of you out there who maybe are having some challenges to realize that it's possible, that it's a process. And my number one tip for the evening is to look to learn about yourself with every success you have and every challenge you face along the way. There's always something to be learned about what works for you and what does not work for you. I'm still learning things like that about myself to this day, and I'm hoping to learn from some of the people we have on the line who have just incredible stories that I'm excited to listen to and to take some notes on. So first on the line, we have, I believe, Tracy Katz. Tracy, are you out there?
I am. Can you hear me?
Sure can. Take it away.
All right. Well, hello. I'm Tracy Katz from Festus, Missouri, and we own a construction company, and I've also earned a pink card in another network marketing company, so this wasn't my first thing I tried. When Vi came into my life, I was 375 pounds. I have half a thyroid that does not work, so I've always struggled with my weight. I had a lot of back pain and leg pain because I experienced a fall off of a ladder from 8 feet tall. We no longer had health insurance. Our monthly family premiums had went up to $2,000 a month. So I was not healthy. Our health insurance was crazy, and we decided to, become self-sufficient. And I had took my weight loss to a point and my obesity to a point that I was in the habit of making my life choices around my size. I stayed in a safe zone. I was careful to eat out only where there were tables instead of booths, and I used handicapped stalls in public bathrooms. I did not like to fly, and I designed my whole life around my weight. When I first received the call about ViSalus on a Sunday, I was asked to view an email, and then they would call me back to follow up. The call came, and I knew I was ready for a change. I had tried everything, losing a little and gaining back more, but I was ready to try again. But that was not our conversation. Our conversation was, if you liked what you see, I need to know by tomorrow if I can fly you to Miami on Friday to meet some top people in ViSalus and learn more about opening the St. Louis market. I was panicked. What an opportunity. But I would be flying and going to meet top health and fitness people to maybe sell health and fitness, and I was 375 pounds. Holy smokes, what in the heck are they thinking? I thought, I may have had other network marketing success, but I'm still 375 pounds. I'm not healthy. My size was telling me, no way, you're crazy if you think you're going to fly to Miami. And remember my safe zone? My heart said it was time. I needed a change. So I went ahead and I flew to Miami and saw unbelievable life-changing stories. I personally met these life changers. I came back on fire. I decided it was time for me to change my life and help my family and others get healthy. I not only have lost 104 pounds on my personal journey, which changed my whole physical and mental being, but my husband lost 62 pounds and off his diabetic meds. My son had starved himself and lost about 40 pounds prior to ViSalus and was just stuck. And once he started ViSalus with us, he lost another 60 pounds, which put him over 100 pounds lost in his journey. My mom went from an XL to a size 6, and I have 5 other people on my team who have lost over 100 pounds. We have multiple people on our team in the last 2.5 years who are also over 80 pounds lost. And as a construction owner, we have actually built a building for a doctor who does lap band surgery, and we have more 100-pound losers on my team than he has in his whole business as a doctor doing surgeries for people to help them. This is not by coincidence. It does work, and it is a permanent lifestyle change if you're ready. No surgery required. The 3 for Free program is a bonus because our family's food bill for us went from, we have 4 kids, so our food bill went from $800 a month to around $350 a month. And I can't imagine not having the 3 for Free program in our life. I've not only received my shakes free for 2.5 years, I've helped 164 people get theirs free also. My tip to you guys tonight is to do it with a group of your friends and family to help them share what you find. And by doing that, you're going to get yours free, but also you're going to form your own support group on your journey, and it's going to help you be successful. All you have to do today is make the choice, listen to the other stories, and figure out if you're ready, because it can absolutely change your life like it has mine. And it's changed our whole family as a whole. And I believe in you, and I know you guys can do it. And I am Tracy Capps. I am Vi for Life, and I love sharing what I found with the world. So thank you.
Awesome, Tracy. So happy and excited and inspired by your transformation. And I love what you said about the support group and really engaging the people around you in supporting you right from day one is huge, and I'm glad you pointed that out. So terrific. We're going to go now to Nathan Roberts. Nathan, are you out there?
What's going on, Tom? I am here, and Tracy, I'm blown away by your story. I almost need a minute just to breathe, to just take in everything that you've just said. Congratulations, huge accomplishment. I'm very proud of you and look forward to giving you a hug on the 100-pound stage coming up in Fort Lauderdale. Tom, my story is this, and everybody else who is out there listening, I'm from Lynchburg, Virginia, and 3 years ago I owned a coffee shop here locally, I had somebody come into my shop and saying to me, hey, what about ViSalus being a healthy meal, shake option for people who come in who want something different other than a milkshake and some heavy creamed coffee? I said, absolutely, great idea. Everybody's trying to get fit. Meanwhile, I'm behind the counter weighing 365 pounds, thinking this is for my customers. This is what they need. The opportunity arose for me November 2013. The opportunity arose for me to get a personal trainer. I'll tell you what led me to that moment, though. I was 365 pounds on blood pressure medicine, and my wife would keep asking me, let's go on a family walk. I would say, no way, head up to my bed, and when they came back from their walk, I would hope that my wife would just put them to bed where my kids didn't want to come and play or anything like that. My wife and I are foster parents. We've had over 30 kids in and out of our home the last 7 years, so we've had a lot of different age children coming in and out, but I haven't had the energy or the stamina to just kind of keep up with them. And so finally, November of 2013, I began with a trainer, and the reason why I use that as a tool, and I always say that this is so important for me, is because I didn't know how to eat right and I didn't know how to move my body. My trainer 100% supported me using ViSalus product, and I was excited about that because I was already a promoter for the ViSalus company. When I finally took it to heart, here's what my motto was: #now no excuses. In the back of my mind, I always had my dad's health issues. He died at age 55, 7 years ago, knowing that I did not want to fall in that same category of dying so young and not being able to be there for my kids and my grandkids. So I took on the challenge, began losing 10 pounds at a time. I started getting my product for free every single month. I paid for shipping, and I was on the transformation kit. Then when the Buy Crunch came out, I got on the the Fuel Kit with the Buy Pack, and I did that every single day without fail. I was committed to it religiously. August of this past year, I was down 126 pounds, and as of today, I'm down about 129 pounds. God is faithful. It's Jesus. It's hard work. It's determination. It's no excuses, knowing that if I can stay laser focused on the journey and keep moving forward, that I can accomplish all things. And all means all. All things, I can accomplish it. So just kept moving forward, and now I'm promoting the challenge more loud and more proud than I ever have before. My team is growing. I call this team Now No Excuses, and we're moving forward to just better life and health. I'm all about getting people on the ViSalus challenge because I know the impact that it made in my life, which impacted other lives, especially my family. And I know based on just me sharing my story and doing my journey, several people combined have lost over 1,000 pounds just from my story alone. So anyway, I challenge everybody out there to get started. It seems impossible, but allow that impossible thought to become a reality for you and keep moving forward. Hey, there's my story, and I'm sticking to it, Tom. So back to you, buddy.
Nathan, awesome. Thanks so much for sharing, and no excuses. I'm very proud and glad that you chose to hold yourself to that standard, and well over 100 pounds later, congratulations. Awesome. Well, now we are going to go to our third story for the evening, and that is none other than Dawn Ellis. Dawn, do we have you on the line?
I am.
I can hear you loud and clear. Take it away.
Hey, this is Dawn Ellis from San Jose, California, and I have lost 126 pounds on the Project 10 Challenge. Woo! So I'm really nervous, so bear with me. When I first got introduced to the challenge, I was in a place that nobody should be. I had just became a single mom of 3 kids. I had just battled a extremely awful custody case in another state where it had forced me to be away from my daughter here in California for almost 2 years. I knew I did nothing wrong, so I just proved myself, and I prayed a lot. Finally got back to California. By that time, I had two children, three children, two new babies that my family had not met, and that was it was really hard. But I stuck to my guns. I knew I did nothing wrong, and the state of Oklahoma had dropped all charges against me. I had full legal physical custody of my kids. I came back to California. I was happy at first to be home, and then everything kind of hit me at once, like what I had gone through. And I stopped. I couldn't do anything. For about a year, I sat on my couch. I ate myself to death. In just 1 month, 30 days, I gained 34 pounds just from sitting there doing nothing. I blamed myself for everything that had happened. Sorry. And I just gave up. I never really saw my weight as an issue. I grew up as a thin person, and so whenever I looked at myself in the mirror, that's what I saw. I didn't see somebody that was pushing 300 pounds. I saw the person that I was, inside when I went to a doctor's appointment, he sat there and he told me, Dawn, you're going to die. You keep doing what you're doing, you're going to be dead by the time you're 40. Dead. What's going to happen? What's going to happen to my kids? That's what I was thinking. Like, what's going to happen? It took me a little while, but I finally called back a friend of mine who had invited me to a challenge party a couple months ago, and I had gotten really offended at the challenge party. I was like, how dare this skinny girl, invite me to a challenge party? What is she trying to say, And so when I finally did realize I needed to do something, she was the first person that I called, and it changed my life. I started the Project 10 Challenge in January 2013. It was my New Year's resolution, was to lose weight. To date, I've lost 126 pounds. I'm off of 7 prescription medications. I never had any surgery. I don't go to a gym. I've never been to a gym. I've lost all my weight without a gym membership. I'm a single mom of 3. My daughter, she's 12, and then I have a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old. And it's crazy, but you know what? If I don't do it, what's going to happen to them? I'm the only thing that they have. And if you can't do it for yourself, you got to do it for the people that you love. And my tip is, if you want something bad enough, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse, and that is so true. Thank you for letting me share my story.
Dawn, thank you. The pleasure is all ours to have an opportunity to hear you really just be so transparent, and I have no doubt that story touched a lot of people, probably everybody who's listening to this call right now. And it just goes to show how things in our lives can really affect us, and how human it is to turn to food, and that any one of us could find ourselves significantly overweight for any of a variety of reasons. And so, for everyone listening in, this is just a small segment of the well over 100 people that we know of within the ViSalus community who have lost over 100 pounds. And you've heard quite likely some significant similarities among us, as well as some significant differences. Dawn had never worked out in a gym. I'm currently parked right outside my gym, ready for workout number 2 of the day. We come from all different walks of life, and yet we're united by a common goal, and that is to get healthier, to get fitter, to feel better about ourselves, and really just to live the best life that we're capable of living. And so I thank you all for taking time out of your schedule to be on this call this evening, and I'm going to turn it over to my friend Dave Morgan to close us out. Dave, are you there?
Tom, I am. Boy, I tell you what, folks, these calls always get us emotional, and there's good, solid reason for that. This is Project 10 for somebody who needs to lose a small amount of weight can be life-changing, folks, but for people that have big goals, you hear it week after week in these calls, people getting emotional. That's exactly what it is. It is truly a phenomenal journey that we are all blessed by. It is emotional. There's very few of us who can tell our stories without getting emotional, and that's part of it. So the person that has made you aware of this call tonight, whether you're on the challenge with us currently or you've just heard about it, reach back out to that person. Thank them for caring enough about you to get you on this call, for getting the information in your hands. A little bit about my story real quick to just wrap this up here. My wife and I started the challenge. We're coming upon 2.5 years now. We started this out. I was 310 pounds. I've been morbidly obese for 26 years. My doctor never ever talked to me about it. I would ask him year after year, Doc, come on, what can we do? His first recommendation was lap band surgery in 2008. And I'm like, Doc, come on. I was a football player in high school. I know there's something else out there. Lap band surgery. That was it. Like, come on. We got something different. So I just kept waiting and waiting. I wasn't willing to go under the knife. And every day I would look in the mirror and I realized that I was looking more and more like my dad. And much like Nathan, who lost his dad at 55, I lost my dad on his 56th birthday at 4:20 in the morning. And that was not acceptable for the life that I wanted for my wife. I love my wife dearly, and I wanted many, many more years with her. We're coming upon 10 years of marriage next month, and that just wasn't going to be enough. So I have this motivation. I have this strong why that we've talked about that I wake up beside every day, because I want more for her. I want more years with her. Tracy, you talk about having a half of a thyroid. I've got a dead thyroid, died in high school, put on 85 pounds in 2 years. That makes it a tremendous struggle. To overcome that and get to 100 pounds is phenomenal. Dawn, I absolutely love it. You talk about the fear of failure or the fear of loss, and what would your kids do without you? Well, we've all got somebody like that. For me, it's what would my wife do without me? But there's more than that. There's people in your life that you come across every single day that what would they do if you were not around? And flip that around. For the people you know that need to lose this weight, what would their friends and family do without them? And since you know about the challenge, how would you feel to look at it down the road and say, man, I really should have shared this with them, because I know that it could have saved their life. It could have at least changed it. It could have extended it. If I was supposed to make any medical claims, none. But there's people every day getting off medications, getting off blood pressure medicines, getting off cholesterol medicines. It happens. When you put the proper nutrition in your body, it's amazing what God's vessel will do. So, folks, by all means, ViSalus is here to crush obesity. Starting in 2015, they've rolled out a new program that says, you know what, for every 10 pounds that somebody loses, we're going to donate 90 free meals to a kid. There are 564 pounds lost on this phone call tonight. That is a ton of meals to a kid. So whether you're going to lose 10 pounds or you're going to build 10 pounds, the company's going to donate 90 kids to a local nonprofit organization near you. You can go meet these kids. They absolutely have amazing stories. So for everybody on the line tonight, I truly thank you so much for your time, for your stories. This is one of the highlights of my week, is being able to hear all these, because I tell you what, when we all stand on stage in April at NST, we're going to be so much more of a family than we've ever been. It's going to be off the hook. If you have not seen anything about the challenge, please go to overview.vi overview.com, overview.vi.com. Check out the first 10-minute video on there and give the person a call that put you on this call tonight, and get your Project 10 video shot so we can feed the kids. And we look forward to hearing more amazing stories next week, and we greatly thank everybody for their time tonight. This call is a wrap.